All right, here we are. Look at this beautiful place.
The hills are alive.
Oh my God, she's dancing. She's dancing.
Music.
Mubuhay, everyone.
Kamusta?
We are here in Looc, and it is absolutely beautiful here. Got a water buffalo just right over here. Our host is taking us over to say the Bay of Looc. It is stunning everywhere. Oh, there's another one. Hello. Oh, look at this. So this is his other land that he has here. He's donated quite a bit of land, which we'll talk about a little later when we go and visit, to the nuns. And it's pretty amazing. They have a grotto. You'll see. But yeah, look how beautiful this is. Incredible. Want to hear something really amazing? Is that land you just saw there is 6,000 square meters, less than 1,000 pesos per square meter for sale. What an amazing view that place would be. This place is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's keep moving. Good morning.
Magandang umaga.
Beautiful. Guess what? Last night we were so exhausted. Our host had an amazing spread and meal and everything else laid out for us. We didn't turn the camera on once. We had such a good time, and we just wanted to relax and get to know our host.
Live in the moment.
Yeah, and to give you an idea, so our host, his name is Jonathan, and he is an actual counselor here in Looc, and he's also a minister, or I'm not sure, I guess he could explain a bit better himself, but for education, tourism, that kind of thing. And again, he could go into more details with it. And he hadn't even seen our vlog until last night. That was his first time. So he's our host because his brother-in-law is Commander Tom Veda. I hope I said that correctly. I believe I did. Navy commander who is in Hawaii. And this is his brother-in-law, and he watches our show. So shout out to you,
Hello,
Commander.
Shout out.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you watching us.
This is such a beautiful place.
It is. Oh my goodness.
And our host is helping us make it like we get to experience everything.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful.
And you want to hear something really cool is Jonathan got elected as counselor by vlogging. He was going from door to door, business to business, everything, and vlogging about the town, about the area, about the tourism, the foods, everything. And he put it all on Facebook, and he became so popular doing it. And so it was actually a really smart idea. So for anybody out there in the future, we're looking to do politics.
Big brain.
Big brains right there. That's really great. So we are at a gorgeous place right now where his family donated this whole property for everyone's use. It's a community grotto, and it's really beautiful here. We're going to find out more about it in about 2 minutes. It has got the most interesting things you've ever seen.
And it's
like
so beautiful.
Stuff you've never heard about before. Like the Honesty Store. And so this is the fine counselor right here that we were just talking about. One of the most friendliest, kindest people you've ever met.
Not really.
Somebody that believes that what you give is what you get back. And so it's very important to have a great attitude like that. And so maybe you can explain a little bit about what's going on here at the grotto.
Oh yes, folks. This place actually has been adopted by Energy Development Corporation. Actually, it's not an adoption, but we have a partnership. Grotto de Banloc and Energy Development Corporation has a partnership for taking care of endangered native trees. So this landmark serves as the reminder for everyone who visits here that this place is dedicated not only as a grotto where people can pray, can relax, or can just enjoy nature, but this is also an open laboratory for threatened Philippine native trees. So it says here, we are the 176 partner of the Energy Development Corporation Binhi program, and we have been supported by Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, and of course the town of Looc as a whole. So 3 years ago, this was launched, and today I can show you some of the native trees that have been planted here by the Energy Development Corporation. Be careful. So 3 years ago, this ipil tree had been planted by the Energy Development Corporation in cooperation with Grotto de Banloc. Ipil tree is one of the endangered native trees that we can find here in the Philippines. This is considered as one of the ironwood that we have here in the Philippines. And aside from being a very good tree at that, this also gives us nice flowers. If well, I'm short, so I'll try to reach it out.
Oh, yes,
so
there,
yeah,
there.
so it gives off a very nice blooms, flowers. Another endangered native tree. It's molave. Yes, it's molave or togas. Yeah. So this has been planted 3 years ago also, and look at that.
Yeah, it's growing
It's
really
taller
well.
than I am.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
okay. So that's what Energy Development Corporation does for Grotto de Banloc. And we have some other, this one. This is also an interesting native tree. Look at this.
I thought you were gonna go to the banana tree.
This is what we call mangkono. Mangkono is actually the Philippines' hardest wood. It's ironwood and one of the endangered native trees as well. So imagine that. Long time ago, there was no mangkono, there was no ipil, there was no molave in this side of town. But because of our collaboration with our cooperation with Energy Development Corporation, today we're enjoying, you know, a little shade of this.
A little
Sooner-
bit. Soon.
Sooner,
Eventually.
sooner or
One day.
later, this is going to become big. And you know, this mangkono tree also gives us a very beautiful red flowers. Okay. Balay Lamok would really literally mean house of mosquitoes, but
Whoa, wow.
this tree can be called the cherry blossom of the Philippines.
Oh.
So it gives very beautiful flowers, and you know, it's going to be very pleasing to the eyes of
Right.
of the guests.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this one is pomegranate. Yeah, so we can eat that. It's very good for diabetes.
Yeah.
I heard.
In Albania, I grew a
Yeah.
pomegranate tree.
Okay.
That's
Yes,
so
you
fun.
did.
Yeah. So notice this gazebo here. This is dedicated for the senior members of the pilgrims who visit the place. Actually, Miss Ana del Rosario and the rest of those pilgrims who have visited here contributed to construct this nice gazebo.
Wow.
So I didn't spend any penny for this, but the pilgrims who would love to visit the grotto and who love the senior citizens, because they could no longer go up the 48 steps
Right.
up to the Madonna. So they decided that there should be a gazebo here where the senior citizens could stay. Yes.
In shaded area.
Yeah. Notice this one. We call this wall of altruism. So people just contributed for the improvement of the grotto without any condition. So their names have been placed here, and the money that they gave maintained or helped the maintenance of the entire property. So
And there's every country in the world represented
yes,
here.
every country, yes, like Livermore, California, Ojongan, Romblon, Cagayan de Oro City, Las Vegas, Nevada, Singapore,
Yeah.
what else?
Taiwan,
We have-
Amsterdam,
we have-
England.
yes. See?
Toronto, Canada.
Yeah, Toronto, Canada. Yeah, the place where you came from.
Okay, Canadians.
Yeah.
There you are.
And of course, this honesty store. So, no one tends to the store. You can just go in. Okay, and it says, pumili ka ng iyong gusto. Bayaran mo ng wasto. Huwag lumabis, huwag magkulang, ikaw na ang magsukli sa sarili mo. Makikita ng Diyos ang kabutihan ng tao. So, your purchase of any item contributes again to the maintenance of Grotto de Banloc. So, there is an honesty cash box here. You just put your payment here, etc. And then you get your change. Pronto. You just bought from the honesty store.
That's amazing.
Isn't it?
I love that. It's
How many people think of the Philippines and think, oh, you just leave a cash box right out in the open here, and you know, you can just leave, you can take something and technically nobody would know you took it if you didn't pay for it. And people would tell you, no, that you're crazy, you couldn't do that in the Philippines. And we try to show people in our videos here that that's completely untrue. This is one of the most honest cultures, very giving cultures, very family oriented cultures. And it's been a success for that one reason, that people do respect and understand that honesty is a very important trait. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And then right beside it is something that has hit the world media. It has brought in people from all over the world. It became popular on Facebook. Then the news agencies started to show up here. This is really cool. The Star of Bethlehem Cafe. And what's unique about this cafe is there's one thing in common on every single one of them. Every mug you see here is from a Starbucks somewhere else in the world. All the way across. And can you explain, like, how did they even get here?
Okay, so the history of this particular Star Bethlehem Cafe goes like this. A friend of mine has collections of Starbucks mugs from all over the world, Mr. Gary Ramos. And he told me that, hey, I'm going to donate my collections if you would be able to build a place for them at Grotto de Banloc. So I thought up a project because, you know, that's going to be an additional expenditures, and we don't charge anything for someone who visits Grotto de Banloc. So this is non-profit establishment. We don't earn from here. So I thought of putting up this project which says magnifying the magnificent works of God. So the spelling you notice of mug instead of M-A-G is M-U-G. So magnifying the magnificent works of God's. And so I have invited all our friends to adopt at least one mug. So they pay a certain amount and their names can be placed here. For example, Turkey has been adopted by Miss Megan Young, our Miss World. The first ever Miss World the Philippines has. You know, the mother of Miss World has visited this place one time and she has adopted Turkey.
That's
so
cool.
Only Miss Megan Young or her family members can use this mug when she visits Grotto de Banloc. So that's exclusive for her. So each one of them, like we have Mark Bautista, singer of GMA7, Kim Chu, they did a concert for Grotto de Banloc, and we have some other friends. Our mayor has a mug here, and everyone else. Now, Michael Sibet, for example, she's from Seattle, Washington, where the first Starbucks was established. So he has a mug here. He adopted that. And all of these mugs, the proceeds that we got from the mug adoption were used to build this cafe. Just before the pandemic started, we used to serve coffee here. But because of the pandemic and people started, the visiting pilgrims have started to dwindle. So what happened? We have to stop its operations. But at the same time, this doubles as the library for endangered native trees. So we have books here which talks about native trees in the Philippines, and the students can just browse or borrow these books if they need research.
Yeah.
And also on the other side of the cafe are the pictures with my wife and I when we visited the Holy Land. Yes. So that's in Rome, where we visited the Pope. We have attended an audience with the Pope this month.
Wow,
Yes.
you were so close
Yes,
to it.
I have here the selfie with the Pope.
Yeah, it's very close.
Okay.
Wow.
And we have swum at the Dead Sea in Jericho, the oldest city in the world, and we floated, even if you read the newspaper.
Jordan.
Well, this is at the foot of Mount Sinai in Egypt. This is the burning bush. So
Wow.
all seasons, it remains green. This is where Moses stayed at the top of Mount Sinai, where he got the tablet from God, presumably. And of course, this is the star. I mean, this is Bethlehem in Jerusalem, in Israel, and all other parts of the Holy Land. So
Amazing.
my wife and I traveled there, and we wanted to show them that really we love to reflect the goodness of God to everyone else. So here it is. We have this in Grotto de Banlong. And I thank you so much, that Philippines Life, for visiting
Yeah.
us.
We're honored. This
Yeah.
is so amazing. It has such good positive vibes. So I enjoy it a lot, and I'm getting shy. But
Yeah, and please do follow my page, Counselor Jonathan Gaetano Catags. That's on Facebook. So you can
Link
be
will
updated.
be provided.
Yeah.
Yes.
We will make sure to
Make
link
sure.
Yes, and look at this. This fountain here was built in honor of my sister-in-law's life. Mr. Tom Veda built this for the grotto. Look at that. It's really amazing. It
Gorgeous.
adds to the
Ambience.
ambience, yeah, the total ambience of the place. And of course, that's the history. That's the history of the grotto. And of course, you might ask, because when people come here, would there be any comfort room that would
Oh yes.
relieve them of any stress that they would have
Yeah.
in life?
World famous, guys. World famous.
Not really world famous, but at
World
least,
class.
Yes.
Internationally.
So
Internationally
Well,
acclaimed.
we are in the woods, in the middle of the woods, but we have nice toilets that can accommodate everyone.
How many places can brag about their toilets? When you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, so look at that.
Yes.
Proper.
All modern.
So we even have a hand dryer.
Lotion.
We even have a powder. We have lotion, and we have ample supply of water. So this is one of the toilets that we have here at Grotto de Banlong. And of course, we have a little bit of painting around.
Attention to detail.
Yes.
In this whole place. They make
They-
sure that everything is so beautiful. And not for profit, which is amazing. When did the grotto start? When did all this begin?
2015.
In 2015.
June 2015.
And
Sorry. June 21st, 2015. That was my 40th birthday.
On your 40th birthday,
Yes, yes.
what made you decide on your birthday of 40 to donate all of this, to put all this effort in?
Oh yeah, my wife and I decided that when we celebrated our big 40, people would always celebrate their big 40 in life because they believe that this is the sign that life has been good, life has been giving them good things, etc., etc. They have been blessed. So during the time that we were supposed to celebrate our 40th birthday celebrations, I told my wife, instead of us throwing a plastic party for everyone else, a big party in Manila, so why don't we put up a grotto so that we could say thank you, dear God, for all the blessings that we have had for the last 40 years of our life. And so we could be guided for the next 40 or for the next 50 years of our life. So that's what we did. And she agreed, oh yes, I think we should do that. So we just brought the Madonna from Manila, just one Madonna, and then the stairs followed, the landscaping, the plants, and everyone else followed. And after its inauguration on my 40th birthday, people started coming in and they asked for candles, they asked for snacks, they asked for drinks to buy. But we don't even have a store here. So we decided we should put up an honesty store. Anyway, God sees who buys from here. So we don't think that
Yeah, there's
they'll
not,
do
not
something scrupulous.
Of course, of course.
Unscrupulous, I mean.